Hi. I was heading to the doctor on Monday and had to make a decision on a future surgery and things like that, and just really wasn't sure what the Lord was wanting to do. And I asked for his wisdom going in, and he reminded me of Galatians 2:20, and of course that is, I have been crucified with Christ. It is I who no longer live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. So he made that very clear. He said, okay, remember, you've been crucified with me. You've been risen again with me. You no longer live. And you don't live for me. I live through you. I live my life through you. I was reminded of that, and it became so clear. And I said, okay, that's right. And so I started writing, and I said, okay, I'm trying to put it in my head. And I said, all right, so if I no longer live, but you live in me, then it is not I who has cancer. Is it not you? I don't have cancer, but you do. Since it is upon you, my Lord, then it's already overcome. I'm having this conversation with him saying, you overcame that on the cross. You overcame that when you rose on the Feast of First Fruits. You overcame that. And by your stripes, it's healed. So I'm still continuing with him. So it's your body. I, Landra, am just a bystander then to you living in me. So, Lord, if you allow it in this body, which is yours now, then you will endure it because the body has been surrendered to you. So I'm talking through this saying, all right, well, then do you want this surgery? Do you want to go through it again? Because they were looking at having surgery on my left leg. Do you want to go through chemo? What do you want? I defer to you. It's your life. So what say you, Lord? And so I asked him, I said, all right, I'm going in. And whatever that doctor speaks of, and if it's clear of what is the best decision, I'm going to trust that that's what you want to do. I mean, I was really at that point because I didn't know which to decide. But when he said, it's my body, I will decide what I do with it. I can endure it. I will go through the chemo. It's I who will endure any side effects. It's I who will decide if there are side effects. I loved that. And I'm going through the Psalms, and in Psalm 16, it states, that he has set my boundaries around me. So he's protected me from certain decisions. He's protected me from having to live in this body without him. I mean, this body is for him. It's all him. It is he who lives in me. So this morning I was reading now in Psalm 18, which I love. I love Psalm 18. The cords of death encompassed me, and the torrents of ungodliness terrified me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress, I called to the Lord, and I cried to my God for help, and he heard my voice out of his temple. And my cry for help before him came into his ears. The earth shook and quaked, and the foundations of the mountains were trembling and were shaken because he was angry. Smoke went up out of his nostrils, and fire from his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens, and he came down with thick darkness under his feet. He rode upon a cherub and flew, and he sped upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his hiding place, his canopy around him. From the brightness before him passed his thick clouds. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the Most High uttered his voice. It goes down, and he said, he sent from on high. He took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy. He brought me forth unto a broad place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. He has taken over my body. And I surrender it every day. I surrender it. But he has taken over. The chemo, it's his problem. And he will take it. Surgeries, that's all on him. He will endure. I face nothing without him facing it first. Nothing. I had a friend also that sent me a psalm, Psalm 63. And it's verse 3, because of thy loving kindness is better than life. My lips will praise thee. I will bless thee as long as I live, and I will lift up my hands in your name. I'm going to remember that it is he who takes the chemo first. It is he who endures the surgery. This is his body. And he takes the hit. I just got this medicine in the mail. This is my chemo. $21 capsules. And then I stop for 7 days. Do it again the next month, and the next month, and the next month. And it doesn't end. My first chemo, it had an end date. This one does not. The end date is really the day when the Lord just says, that's enough. I will trust His enough. I take this tonight. I start tonight. And I don't know, nor is it now, any of my business when I will stop. It is all and completely my Lord's business. And I surrender that to Him. We have all, if you have given your life to the Lord, you have been crucified with Him. You no longer live. With the Word of God, Christ, the Messiah, the anointed one of God, lives in you. He takes the brunt. He takes it all. And He will take this. I praise Him. I praise Him. Oh, let the Lord bless you. Let Him bless you. Oh, please let Him live through you. Please. I don't cry out of sadness. I cry because I finally get it. I trust Him to be my life. He is this